Hey everyone, it is late at night and I am Norman. It is time once again for some watch news. So this first watch just came to my attention the other day. I've never seen these before. Maybe you guys have seen them. But these are some crazy looking G-Shocks, and I really like them. I mean, just look at those crazy end link components to the strap. Those are so cool looking. And apparently these are some of the smallest, thinnest G-Shocks ever made. I totally have to get one. So these watches are only 11 millimeters thick. However, there is a bit of confusion, I think. So on their site, when they're talking about their compact size, they say that they're 46.3 millimeters in size. But wait a minute. When you go down to the specifications, it says that the watch is 46.3 by 41.5 by 11 millimeters. These watches are definitely longer than they are wide, so I think it actually has a 41.5 millimeter case on it, and the 46.3 is the wingspan. And their website on a tablet is horrible. Yeah. So these watches are the GDB 500 series. I absolutely love their aesthetic. They're kind of like a G-Shock Square, but they're really long. Lug to lug. Proportionately, they almost remind me of the F77. It has a long lug to lug as well. I like how they did the buttons on these watches. They're nice and subtle, and they have 200 meters of water resistance. And I'm not sure what I think of this, but you can Bluetooth them to your phone and automatically adjust the time that way. Apparently they have a 2-year battery life on them. Little bit short-ish, but it's fine. Yeah, I mean the size of these and the aesthetic of them is just amazing. I'm sure you guys may have encountered these before I did, but what do you guys think of them? I have a couple watches that I need to send off for servicing, and I know according to Nevada Grenchen, I believe June or so they're going to be restocking their Antarctic 35mm watches. So I need to make sure I've got money lined up for those. Otherwise, this G-Shock would be tempting. I have been meaning to get a G-Shock in the collection again. It's been years since I've had one, and I feel like these might be the candidate. The next watch on my list is Hoffman Watches. And I don't recall how I stumbled upon this brand. I think I heard someone talking about them, or maybe one of you mentioned them. But they make interesting, super minimalist style panda chronographs in various colorways, so I guess they aren't all panda. So there's the crazy royal blue chronograph, but look at how minimalist that dial appears. I like just the cleanliness of these designs. The hands look really great. I love the pusher style, and the chronograph bezel looks good on them. Their panda one looks amazing. And check out that crazy all black. That is so cool looking. So let's take the black one as our example watch. They do have a mechanical variant, but I think most of these are the Mecha Quartz. So the all black has a 40mm case on it. The movement inside it is the VK64. It has 50 meters of water resistance. The cases are 316L stainless steel, and they have sapphire crystals on them, which is probably good because they actually come in at nearly $300. Well, $269. So they're not super affordable, but they're not overly expensive either. Oh, that black one just looks so cool. They have a purple colorway, a dark blue colorway, a midnight, an all black, a jet black, and salmon. These are just great looking watches, in my opinion, at least according to the pictures. Okay, so their mechanical variants Pretty much all of them are sold out. I believe at the time of this recording, the only one that's available is the yellow colorway. And they're all limited edition, so being sold out makes sense. These ones sell for $699, however, the only one that's still available, interestingly, sells for $825. Maybe that's why that one's not sold out yet. But I'm glad I encountered this brand. These are really cool looking chronographs. Alright, so next up we have the official Instagram account of Hajimeasaoka, the founder of Chrono Tokyo. I think I just started following his account fairly recently, which is crazy because I absolutely love Chrono Tokyo. What took me so long? But this account is absolutely amazing. You get to drool over his brilliant Chrono Tokyo designs, like this one. However, you also get to see some of his other designs, like this piece here that has his name on the dial. I haven't explored his other companies because I think he has a luxury brand under his name, and this might be one of those pieces. I'll have to feature something in depth on him in a future video. There's the piece with a fun pop of yellow on the dial. Some more brilliant Chrono Tokyo pieces. I mean, his work is just so brilliant. The green dials that he's done. So cool. Yeah, I mean, this account is just amazing to scroll through and drool over all of his stuff. Okay, this next one comes to us from Watches by SJX, and I just had to talk about this watch, even though it is produced by the R Word. But I mean, look at that watch. That is so cool. It doesn't even have Mercedes hands. That's weird. The texture on the dial looks amazing. It's a no-date watch. What? I love that little bezel they've given it. Just kind of a coin edge around the crystal there. The case is sleek and thin looking. And I think I might be a sucker for the glacial blue colorways. I'm not sure why. I love silver dial watches. I used to be an all black dial person, but recently I've totally fallen in love with silver dials. But I'm really intrigued by that hint of really subtle blue that's in the glacial colorways. I've never seen one in person though, but in pictures they look amazing. And of course, this watch, being Rolex, is not cheap. These sell for $31,000. I love the black dial variant of this. The gold variant isn't bad either, but I think for me personally, with yellow gold watches, I kind of like more of a creamy dial than a straight up white one. Look at how thin these watches look. The case reminds me of my Tudor. It kind of looks like vintage Rolex, like a more subdued oyster case style. A little bit thinner, a little bit more petite. But yeah, I think these are absolutely gorgeous watches. So they have 50 meters of water resistance, which is really good for a dress watch. The cases are made of platinum, so that's part of the price. The case size is 39 millimeters, so they're pretty accessible for most people size-wise. Being a dress watch, and being me, of course, I would love to see an Explorer size variant. Always. They're only 9.5 millimeters thick. They have sapphire, of course. And the movement inside these watches is the caliber 7140. And again, they retail for about $30,000. But the cool thing is, these are not a limited edition. These are the Rolex Perpetual 1908. And the reference number is 52506. And the last article I have tonight comes to us from Monochrome Watches, and this is a look at a Parmigiani Tonda. This is a super minimalistic watch that looks pretty great. It's sort of an everyday wear watch with a dressy dial on it. The hands are hollow and pointed, and look pretty good with the design. The only thing on the dial is a logo at the 12 o'clock. There's a darker colorway around the edge of the dial, which of course I'm always a fan of. The hour markers are applied and they're really small, so they don't detract from the minimalism of it, and there's a minutes track that's really subtle in the darker color around the edge of the dial. The bracelet on these watches is pretty unique and amazing looking. It's brushed, but it has polished bits on the sides of it. Not the side, but the outside of the bracelet. Yeah. Just look at the pictures. And we see another amazing looking coin edge bezel around these. Those are so cool looking. These have 40mm cases on them. They are only 7.8 millimeters thick. That's pretty cool. They have 100 meters of water resistance. The movement inside these watches is an in-house caliber PF703. And these, like the Rolex that we just discussed, are not cheap. They retail for about $23,000. But man, they look good. Oh, these are great looking watches. Interesting colorway with that sort of beige dial on there. But the case design and that bracelet are just so cool. So there you have it. You are now caught up on watch news. Thanks for watching.